What's up, everybody? Noah Caser back here for your March ranking video. This is all 21 movies that I watched in March that are brand new releases. We do have a few missing, but I'm waiting to watch the last two. So let's just get right into it. At number 21, we have An Organized Killer. This was a Lifetime film. That went by some other name. I completely forgot about it because it's a forgettable movie. Grace's life begins to unravel when a woman with sinister intentions moves into her guest house. This is a film that is basically about the woman living in the guest house being a nanny and helping her with her family as well as with her brand new restaurant. The movie is really, really bad. It's laughably bad, and it wants a sequel so bad that sequel baits you. And it's kind of like The Amazing Spider-Man 2, where Paul Giamatti and Andrew Garfield are about to face off. It's, I believe his name is Rhino. Rhino versus Spider-Man. Don't you want to see that? Come and see the movie. And people didn't want to see the movie. It was poorly received, and it didn't make a whole lot of money. Yes Day was pretty much about these parents who have to say yes to their kids for an entire day. This is a film that should have came out in the mid-2000s and it would have been better received. But this is 2021 and I love Jenna Ortega, but the problem is the film just wasn't funny. It was forgettable and it was laughably bad. Number 19, we have Circle of Deception, another Lifetime film based on Anne Rules' true crime book, Practice to Deceive. In this New York Times bestseller, a small island community is turned upside down when Russell Douglas, a local businessman, is found dead the day after Christmas. The problem with the movie was that you saw him die, and then you just basically saw his home life. Who did it? Why did they do it? You don't care because, yeah, you get to feel for the guy, but the problem is the characters are so unlikable and they're so poorly written and poorly acted that you just don't care. Number 18 is Moxie. This is a film that I don't think is bad. I don't think this is a bad film. I think this is just a mediocre film. And it's not because I'm against women or any of that crap that a lot of people are getting for basically saying, hey, feminism, and I'm like, live your life. Moxie is pretty much about this high school, and it's pretty much these girls trying to fight back against sexism. Because, let's be honest, if this actually happened in real life, the school would be in big trouble, and so would the students, because no other school has a category in the yearbook for best rack, best ass, best whatever. Nobody has that, and it is just a stupid film that I thought was just a little too out there and not that well done. A House on Fire is a ripped from the headlines film from Lifetime. This is a film all about Deborah Green, who has an adoring husband, a picture-perfect life, but she also has a rocky marriage. And this is pretty much about her battle with alcohol, and she can't really grasp that her family is basically falling apart by her hands. And she ends up killing her kids in the process due to a house fire. I thought this film was fine, but there's nothing really special about it. As well with Boss Level, it got very, very repetitive. It's this guy living the same day over and over again. It's basically another Edge of Tomorrow. It's Groundhog Day. It is the map of tiny perfect things. the map of Tiny Perfect Things did it well with a rom-com, just like Groundhog Day started to do at the end of it, but that is more or less a comedy. This one starts going towards the romance route, and I really enjoyed the map of Tiny Perfect Things. Doing it in an action sense worked for Edge of Tomorrow, but Boss Level just got a little too repetitive. But Frank Grillo is very, very good, and I enjoy him a lot as an actor. Next up is 6 Minutes to Midnight, a IFC film taking place in the summer of 1939. Influential families in Nazi Germany have sent their daughters to a finishing school in an English seaside town to learn the language and be ambassadors for a future-looking National Socialist. A teacher there sees what is coming and is trying to raise the alarm, but the authorities think that he is the problem. This has Judi Dench in it, and Judi Dench is the best part about it. I think the cinematography and the costume design was very well done, but I thought the script just fell flat. Just like these next two films. We have the first two films in the V.C. Andrews series of films that I still need to see all that glitters, and the other one. Is it going to tell me the other one? Up here we have Ruby and Pearl in the Mist. First up is Pearl in the Mist. Is it going to give me the other films? That would be very helpful. Yes, All That Glitters and Hidden Jewel. I will be watching those, and I will be reviewing those this week and adding them to the March. But I'm guessing that they are probably going to be right in the 3-star range. So we're going to start out with Ruby first, because it's the first film in the series. Ruby Landry is filled with hope as love blooms with her high school sweetheart, Paul Tate. But lingering thoughts of her mysterious father and mother's death often creep into Ruby's mind. She finds out that she has a twin sister, and there's drama there. In V.C. Andrews' Pearl in the Mist, Ruby is hopeful for a new start with her twin sister as they continue to educate. As they continue their education at an all-girls boarding school. However, she soon endures punishments, public humiliation by the cruel headmistress and her stepmother, as well as some racism that her friend has to deal with at the hands of the school. Those films were fine. They were fine. They were the best Lifetime films of the month. That's not saying much because I only ranked them 3 stars. Mystery 101, Killer Timing. I did review for this one. This is basically the next film in the Mystery 101 film. I thought in the film series, I thought this film was fine. I thought that the mystery was fine. I liked the build-up and the sequel baiting ending with the cliffhanger. I like that a lot. Next up is Fit for a Prince, a fine little rom-com, but it's pretty weak for the Hallmark Channel anyways. I thought it could have used a little bit more oomph and a little bit more chemistry, and we didn't have to focus as much on the ball as we did. Next up is Senior Moment. This was sent to me by Scream Media. This is the film starring William Shatner, Gene Smart, and Christopher Lloyd. After drag racing his vintage convertible around Palm Springs, a retired NASA test pilot loses his license and is forced to take public transportation, where he meets Caroline and learns to navigate love and life again. They kind of throw away his younger girlfriend out of nowhere. She's just kind of kicked to the curb, and we never hear her or see her again. I think they just kind of forgot to write her out of the script. Maybe they were saying that she is a gold digger, and since he doesn't have the nice things anymore, she doesn't want to be with him. I didn't get that. But I thought the film was fine. I thought it could have used a bit more fine-tuning. Just like Don't Go Breaking My Heart, the Hallmark film, starring Ryan Pavey, all about Ryan Pavey, who is named Ben, who runs into Miranda, who runs a boot camp for the recently brokenhearted, and she begins to form a bit of a connection with the new client Ben, who is a reporter investigating whether her boot camp is a fad or a phenomenon. The film was fine. I thought the chemistry was there, but it's definitely a weaker film for Ryan Pavey. Next up is Boogie. Boogie is a film I was not expecting to see until it came out to DVD and Blu-ray. The only reason I went to go and see this film is because me and my buddy were going to go and see either Chaos Walking or The Marksman. We got there a little earlier, and I saw that nobody was seeing the 12:10 showing. And it was noon. The 12:10 showing, opening weekend of Boogie, nobody's seeing it. So I'm like, I've never had the theater to myself. We've never had the theater to ourselves. And this is a film all about Alfred Shin, or Boogie, a basketball phenomenon living in Queens, New York, who dreams one day of playing in the NBA, while his parents pressures him. Basically, he's being pressured to earn a scholarship for this elite college to make a great payday. And he's trying to navigate high school on-court rivals, the burden of expectation, and he also has a new girlfriend along the way. I thought this film was very, very entertaining and well done with the screenplay and a great introductory performance by the actor who plays Boogie himself. Next up is Coming to America. You see what they did there? Coming to America. I thought this one was funny. Prince Akeem is set to become king when he discovers he has a son he never knew about in America. So he has to go back, meet Lavelle, and bring him back. And it is basically his job to groom his son to be a prince. Zamunda is the mainstay of the film. Last time it was Queens, New York. This time we see a lot more of Zamunda. We don't see a lot of James Earl Jones. He's out of the film like that. But I think we needed him in here anyways. I thought this film had very funny moments. Since I wasn't a huge fan of the first one, I think this film was just a little bit funnier. But there are some moments that just don't fit with the Coming to America theme, like farting. But I thought this film was really entertaining, and I thought this film was very, very charming. We have two religious films next. A Week Away is the new religious teen musical, starring Bailey Madison and Kevin Quinn. I really enjoyed this film. I thought it had a great charm to it. I thought it was funny. I just thought the songs were catchy. The chemistry between Quinn and Madison is there. It is there. I believe we can possibly get a sequel because it's being very well received. I know that people are loving the film basically because of the music, but it's also hitting people in the feels because of the big fight scene that feels very teeny bopper, but does it work in a way it does? And it does have a nice religious tone to it as well. So Nice for Easter, as well as Church People. Church People was sent to me, and it was only in theaters for 1 weekend only as a Fathom event. Is the gospel enough? America's youth pastor, Guy Sides, is stuck in the megachurch marketing machine and wants to find his passion again. Surrounded by sincere but zany church leadership, is everything he needs to renew his faith right in front of him. That's not really what the film's about. Pretty much what this film is all about is they want to have a live crucifixion, and he's trying to talk him out of it, but he falls in love with the pastor's daughter, played by Erin Cahill. Aurora Teagarden, How to Con a Con, is the newest Aurora Teagarden film. I don't think I need to go into that. Anybody who knows this channel knows I love the Aurora Teagarden movies. Very well done. Next up is Godzilla vs. Kong. Very, very entertaining action film. I just did a full review on that film on my channel, so check out that video. Next up is Chasing Waterfalls, a very fun Christopher Russell and Cindy Busby romance film. I thought the chemistry was there. I thought the cinematography was beautiful. And I thought that they did this film very, very well. Thus, it is my favorite Hallmark film of the month. And my favorite film of March is Raya and the Last Dragon. A very fun and entertaining Disney film. I think it is better than a lot of their recent tries. But I do like Moana. I do like Frozen. I do like Frozen 2. But I'm going to say that Raya and the Last Dragon is going to stay in my top 5 of the year for a while. I really enjoyed that film. I thought it had humor, it had heart, it had everything I wanted. There's my March ranking video, everybody. All 21 films. How many films am I going to see in April? You're just going to have to wait until the end of the month, and we will see. I do have a couple films lined up. I already got a review out for a April film called Doors from Epic Pictures. Stay tuned because I will be doing Blu-ray reviews of Skyfire and Willy's Wonderland up next, as well as reviews for a couple more films, especially on Sunday, Easter Sunday. We have Easter Under Wraps, so stay tuned for that review, and I will see all of you guys next time.